Okay folks, we're back after it again with another video, and just over my shoulder there is the topic of today's video, honeysuckle. We're going to make use of this wonderful gift that we've been given, and we're going to make jelly. Okay folks, here are the ingredients for the honeysuckle jelly. Right there to our left in the measuring cup, we've got the 4 cups of honeysuckle. We've got 4 cups of sugar, 1 package of pectin, and 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And also on the stove here, we've already got our 4 cups of water that my favorite hiking partner already put in the pot. Now our first step is to add the honeysuckle flowers to the 4 cups of water, and we're going to boil that for about 45 minutes. So let's get started. Okay, my hiking partner has informed me that there's a critical step that has to be done, and you can watch her doing that. You have to pull that little string out of the center just like that before you add these to the 4 cups of water. Okay, as you can see, we got a nice rolling boil going here. Now it's time to add our flowers. And into the pot they go. I'll go ahead and give these a quick stir and get all of these underwater. Well, you can really smell that honeysuckle smell coming off that as you added that to that water. That smells good. Okay, now I'm going to turn the fire down where it's just at a nice little simmer. And you're supposed to stir every 15 minutes.
45 minutes.
We'll set our egg timer here. That way we can be sure and be reminded of that. Okay, you can see the finished product. This is after 45 minutes at a simmer, and we stirred every 15 minutes during the process. And what we're going to do now is we're going to strain this off into the colander, strainer, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, here we go. Now it does recommend that you can use cheesecloth also, but as you can probably see, the strainer is catching all of that, or at least everything that came out of the pot, so I feel pretty good about it. And as you can see, maybe just a little teeny bit came through, but not enough to hurt anything. Okay, we've combined all our ingredients now, and we've got to bring this up to a boil for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be ready to fill our jars. Okay, now there's our look at our finished product after the 2-minute boil, and we've got our lids in here on to boil, and we're going to start filling jars now. Okay, now I'll reach in here and we'll pull out 1 jar at a time. That way our jars stay hot in the oven. And our lids are coming up to boil there, so Now we just start spooning the mix right in here to the end of the jar. And we'll just pull the fennel off there like that. Now, when you do that, always check your top of your jar to be sure that you didn't spill anything on it. And then we'll simply get our little magnetic wand right here. And we'll put our lid on. And now we take our ring, screw it on there good, but be careful now because that's hot. But that's what you want, everything being hot. And now we're going to put it in our stock pot that I've converted here into a water bath canner. And we'll leave that in there for about 5 minutes or so. I'll try to hold it back a little bit. What we did there was we took the little rack out of our Instapot, and that makes a dandy fine little rack to put our jars on, and we could put about 3 or 4 jars quite comfortably on there, but we're not going to have that much for this batch of preserves. But anyway, you don't have to have an awful lot of money to do this. Oftentimes you can look around and make do with what you have. Okay folks, I broke my little jar. You know, things like this happen sometimes. It's all part of the learning process. But the jar literally split in half and it's kind of sitting cockeyed in there. But we got one good jar out of it, and during this whole process I've also been putting up strawberry freezer jam, and there's 3 pints of that. So you know, you take the good with the bad. Don't know how well you can see that or not, but Mama has got a baby there. And she's got 3 other babies in there too. There's a total of 4 babies that she hatched, and she came off those eggs there. There's 3 eggs. And so evidently those eggs are not going to take, but we got 4 new chicks this year, so we sure are thankful for that. Give you a quick little garden update here, folks. Never mind the weeds around the tomato plants and the pepper plants, but we got a nice crop of onions coming in. Onions, garlic, kale, lettuce, and look at those potato plants, all nice and healthy. And we did not have to buy any seed potatoes whatsoever. Everything that we grew here was just from very little store-bought seed. All the potatoes came from last year's seed potatoes from last year's harvest. So we were able to, you know, keep things going. And that's an important skill to have. Plus, with our broody hen in there, she hatched us out 4 chickens. So that's a continuation of the flock. That's the way farm life goes, folks. You win some, you lose some. We got 4 chicks, but she came off of 3 eggs. We put up 1 pint of honeysuckle jelly, but we lost another pint. That's the way things goes, folks, but you got to keep trying, take the good with the bad, and stay after it. That'll be all for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.